Lean in, because now we're entering the part no one wants to say out loud. The part that keeps every observer awake at night, staring at their ceiling, wondering if they just witnessed the beginning of something uncontrollable. Someone torched their status for you. And that wasn't charity, that wasn't loyalty, that wasn't protection, that was instinct. Primordial instinct, the kind animals have when they sense an apex predator rising in the dark. The kind ancient civilizations had when they bowed to eclipses they didn't understand. The kind kings had when they spared the child who would one day overthrow them. They felt a shift in the air around you, a shift you didn't even feel yet, a vibration, a pull, a potential so dark, so powerful, so evolutionary that aligning with you wasn't a choice. It was survival strategy. And the streets? They're scrambling, panicking, whispering in coded language, because nothing terrifies the world more than an unexpected alliance. You became a variable with protection, a threat with a witness, a rising force with a believer. And that believer wasn't some nobody. It was someone with a name, a position, a reputation worth more than gold in the concrete jungle. But they burned it. They burned it without blinking. They burned it in broad daylight like a warning flare shot straight into the sky. And now everyone is asking, what does this person know? What future did they see? What version of you are they betting on? What prophecy did they whisper to themselves before choosing you? Because let me tell you something brutal. Powerful people don't make random sacrifices. They don't destroy their own ranking for sentiment. They don't risk their safety for curiosity. They only do it when they've realized you're not ascending, you're awakening. You are crossing a threshold, a point of no return, a metamorphosis that demands witnesses. And someone saw it first. Someone looked into your eyes and saw the duality forming. The mix of mercy and madness, grace and brutality, devotion and detachment. They saw the angelic glow behind your rage and the demonic precision behind your calm. They saw a future leader hiding in a wounded survivor. They saw a strategist wearing a humble face. They saw a destroyer wearing empathy like camouflage. And you know what terrified them the most? You weren't trying. You weren't showcasing, you weren't flexing, you were simply existing, and your existence alone rearranged the hierarchy. So they made their choice. They burned their status to stand beside you. Because when someone like you rises, they either become your ally or your cautionary tale. Now the streets are rearranging their loyalties in silence. People who mocked you are suddenly neutral. People who doubted you are suddenly confused. People who ignored you are suddenly watchful. People who betrayed you are suddenly sweating. Because the moment someone sacrificed their status for you, you stopped being one of them and became something above the grid. A tipping point, a glitch, a paradigm shift wearing human skin. And now the question the streets are too scared to whisper is this. If someone that powerful chose you, what are you choosing next? Will you become the saint they hope you are, or the storm they fear you'll become? Will you heal the world, or make it tremble? Will you ascend with mercy, or with wrath? Will you build kingdoms, or burn illusions? Will you protect the weak, or expose the wicked? Will you forgive? Will you forget? Will you elevate? Will you erase? That uncertainty, that unpredictable duality is what terrifies them, because you've reached a point where every step you take creates a ripple in someone else's fate. You've become the variable nobody accounted for, the anomaly that breaks equations, the ghost that haunts their predictions, the miracle that mocks their logic. Someone torched their status for you, and the moment that flame went up, the streets realized they were too late to stop you, too late to diminish you, too late to shame you, too late to contain you, too late to rewrite the narrative, too late to box you back into who you used to be, because you are no longer the person they dismissed. You are the person they fear and the person they need and the person they cannot predict, all wrapped into one. But here's the real secret, the one the streets will never admit. They're not worried about the person who sacrificed their status. They're worried about the person worth sacrificing for you. The one walking into their future with fire behind them and quiet inevitability in their eyes. So let me ask you this, and answer it honestly in the darkest part of your soul. If someone was willing to burn their entire image for you, what are you willing to become to make that sacrifice make sense? Good. Stay right here, because the part we're stepping into now, this is where the entire game flips on its axis. Someone torched their status for you, and whether you fully understand it yet or not, that act created a power vacuum around your name, a ripple A distortion, a gravitational pull that the streets can feel but can't explain. And that's why everyone is so damn uneasy. Because when someone with clout, influence, respect, or hierarchy position throws their own crown into the fire, people don't just watch, they panic. They start comparing, measuring, studying, calculating your threat level with trembling fingers. They start asking themselves, what did I miss? Why didn't I see their potential first? Why didn't they burn their status for me? What does this person have that I don't? And that's where it gets messy. Because now every insecure person in your orbit is quietly breaking under the pressure of your glow. Someone sacrificed everything for you, and that single act became a mirror. A mirror exposing everybody else's lack of loyalty, lack of courage, lack of foresight. You didn't just rise, you exposed the ones who stayed seated. And that is a humiliation the streets never forgive. Some will envy you, some will fear you, some will try to imitate you, some will try to sabotage you, some will pretend they knew all along, and some will quietly start plotting your downfall because they can't handle being in the presence of someone worth burning a crown for. But here's the twist they never accounted for. You didn't ask for that sacrifice. You didn't demand it. You didn't manipulate it. You didn't beg for it. It happened because someone saw something in you that the world was too blind, too arrogant, or too threatened to see. And that is what makes you dangerous, because people fear the chosen far more than they fear the self-made. The chosen are unpredictable. The chosen are untamable. The chosen are destiny-favored. The chosen are anointed by something no human hierarchy can compete with. And when someone torches their status for a chosen one, it creates a shift so profound that even reality starts treating you differently. Doors open on their own. Patterns break. People hesitate before speaking. The air feels heavier when you enter a room. Opportunities gravitate toward you like metal to a magnet. Enemies reconsider their strategy. Friends reevaluate their worth. Strangers stare too long. Eyes follow you like you're a walking spoiler alert for the future. You've become a question mark in a world terrified of uncertainty. Because now the streets have to wonder if this person is worth sacrificing everything for. What will they become once they accept their own power? They're afraid of the day you finally stop, doubting your intuition, shrinking your personality, watering down your potential, dimming your energy, apologizing for your evolution, pretending you don't feel the storm inside you. Because the moment you stop shrinking and actually step into what the universe is clearly preparing you for, oh, sweetheart, this world isn't ready. Not for your intelligence sharpened by trauma, not for your empathy forged in darkness, not for your silence that feels like strategy, not for your vision born from suffering, not for your patience trained by loneliness, not for your duality, that terrifying, beautiful mix of angelic intention and demonic execution. You are the rare type, a person who can save or destroy, heal or expose, forgive or erase. And because they can't predict which version you'll choose in any given moment, they treat you like a live wire with a heartbeat. Someone torched their status for you because they sensed this truth long before the others did. They felt the frequency of a future legend. They felt the pressure of a rising phenomenon. They felt the danger of ignoring you and the stupidity of standing against you. And they chose correctly. But the streets, they're still scrambling to catch up. And the more they calculate, the more they realize. They don't have the range to understand the magnitude of the person you're becoming. So now comes the real question, the one echoing in the back of every mind that's been watching you. When someone sacrifices their entire status for you, what destiny does that unlock? Because you're not just growing into a new version of yourself. You're becoming someone whose name will one day make the same streets go silent again. And this time, they won't be whispering, they'll be kneeling. Don't move, not yet. Because this next part, this is where the truth gets dangerous. You think someone torched their status for you and the story ends there. No, 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 no. That was the ignition, not the explosion. You haven't felt the real consequences yet. But they're coming. They're already forming in the shadows, spreading through whispers you'll never hear, and rooms you weren't invited into. Because when someone burns their reputation for you, they don't just elevate you, they expose everyone else. And exposure is the one thing the streets never learned how to survive. See, before this sacrifice, everyone pretended you were manageable, predictable, small, containable. You were the quiet variable, the underestimated equation, the unguarded miracle, the storm disguised as still water. But the second someone with actual influence chose you over stability, chose you over their image, chose you over their alliances, every person who ever dismissed you felt something corrode inside them. Because now they realize, if someone respected sees what you truly are, then every single person who doubted you was blind, and nobody likes being exposed as blind. So now they're rewriting their memories in real time. I always thought they had potential. I knew they were special. I saw it coming. I always supported them. I was never against them. Lee's every last one. They're not rewriting the truth, sweetheart. They're rewriting their role in your story because they're terrified of the version of you that made someone burn their status just to stand beside you. And that version is still only 5% activated. Imagine their terror when you hit 30%, 50%, 100. But here's where it gets even darker. People don't torch their status for someone unless they've seen something the world isn't ready for. Not kindness, not talent, not beauty, capacity, your capacity to rise, your capacity to survive, your capacity to destroy illusions without lifting a finger, your capacity to walk away from betrayal like it was weather, your capacity to make giants look small just by breathing with intention. You have the kind of presence that rearranges the hierarchy without needing permission, and the streets? They've always used the same system, loud rules, silent fears, fake loyalty, power based on perception, respect based on distance, status based on approval. But you break every rule of their ecosystem. You're quiet, but you're heard. You're soft-spoken, but you're felt. You don't chase respect, but it follows you. You don't play their games, but you win anyway. You don't perform, but you outshine. You don't threaten, but people are terrified. You're the anomaly they didn't prepare for. You're the outlier that collapses the data. You're the glitch the simulation can't debug. So when someone set fire to their status on your behalf, the streets didn't see loyalty. They saw confirmation. Confirmation that you're not just evolving. You're ascending into a form that no one here has a defense mechanism for. And that's why they're panicking. Not because someone defended you, but because someone powerful said, this one is going to matter. And the streets realized they should have recognized it first. Now they're scrambling, desperate, trying to remember the last conversation they had with you, and whether it ends with them being spared or swallowed, because they know, whether they admit it or not, that anyone worth a sacrifice this big isn't walking into the future alone. People rise in clusters, movements, eras, myths, but legends rise alone, followed by an army they never had to recruit. That's you. Someone burned their status for you because they see the legend forming. They see the gravitational field tightening. They see the prophecy brushing against reality. And the streets, they're calculating your trajectory in real time, terrified to admit the math they're finding. Every version of your future looks like dominance, not ego-driven dominance, not petty dominance, not revenge-driven dominance. No, the kind of dominance that comes from surviving wounds that would have ended entire bloodlines. The kind of dominance that comes from learning how to heal yourself in rooms built to break you. The kind of dominance that comes from pain so deep it taught you how to see through walls. The kind of dominance that makes the world kneel because it recognizes a force that doesn't need to yell to be obeyed. Someone torched their status for you, and the only question left, the one the streets are whispering about, the one your enemies are praying you never answer, is this: when you finally step into the version of you that they sacrificed everything to support. Will the world be blessed by your rise, or burned by it? Good. Don't look away now, because what comes next is the part that tastes like prophecy and feels like premonition. The part every hater, watcher, lurker, and backstabber secretly fears you'll figure out someone torched their status for you. And whether you realize it or not, that sacrifice activated something ancient inside you. A switch, a frequency, a command you didn't consciously hear, but your soul did. You ever feel that sudden heaviness in your steps, that weight behind your breath, that sharpened awareness in your spine, that calm you didn't earn, that calm that feels older than your body? That's not confidence. That's not ego. That's inheritance. Because when someone burns their crown for you, it's not loyalty. It's an initiation. They didn't sacrifice their status to support you. They did it to signal the beginning. The beginning of what? The part of your evolution where people stop treating you like a character in their story and start realizing you're the plot twist in theirs. And that is why the streets are malfunctioning right now. Because they're watching the shift. Not the physical one, but the metaphysical one. The shift where your presence stops being optional and becomes inevitable. Where your silence stops being overlooked and starts being studied. Where your steps stop blending in and start echoing. where your name stops being spoken casually and starts being whispered like a warning. Someone torched their status for you, and the streets are doing math they were never equipped for because they're realizing your evolution is not linear, it's exponential. Most people grow like plants, slow, predictable, visible inches at a time. You grow like detonation, silent, 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 boom. A leap so massive, it makes your past self feel like a rumor. And you know why that terrifies them? Because exponential evolution can't be stopped. It can't be sabotaged. It can't be reversed. It can't be contained. Exponential evolution turns every room you enter into a battlefield of unspoken psychological tremors. Exponential evolution makes your enemies hesitate. Not because you're threatening them, but because your existence threatens everything about them. Their pride, their narratives, their worldview, their self-esteem, their place in the hierarchy. And here's where the paranoia really starts for them. If someone with power is willing to burn their own reputation to align themselves with you, then every person who didn't choose you looks like a fool now. A blind fool, a coward, a latecomer, an outsider to a destiny they didn't recognize in time. And insecure people can't handle being late. They can't handle being wrong. They can't handle being overlooked by destiny. So the streets will react in 3 ways. 1, some will try to get close to you, not because they love you, but because they fear missing out on your rise. 2, some will try to bring you down, not because you wronged them, but because your glow exposes everything they refuse to fix in themselves. 3, and some will simply freeze when you speak, because they finally understand you're not here to take their place. You're here to build your own throne, and your aura alone tells them they're not invited. But the most dangerous reaction? The quiet one, the subtle one, the one you almost miss if you're not paying attention. People will start changing their behavior around you before you even open your mouth. They'll lower their volume, they'll watch your eyes too closely, they'll over-explain themselves, they'll avoid provoking you, they'll perform innocence, they'll overcompensate, they'll apologize for things you haven't even noticed. Why? Because a sacrifice like the one made for you doesn't just shift the social order. It exposes the true alpha of the environment. And that alpha is not the person who burned their status. It's the person worth burning for. That person is you. But here's the part you need burned into your bones. A sacrifice of this magnitude is not a gift. It's not validation. It's not praise. It's a summoning. A summons to step into the version of you they saw forming in the shadows. The one with unwavering intuition. The one with lethal patience. The one whose darkness doesn't swallow them, but guides them. The one whose light isn't naive, but strategic. The one who can read a room like scripture and read a liar like subtitles. The one who doesn't break. They transform. So now the streets hold their breath around you, waiting for the reveal. Because they know that when someone sacrifices their whole image for a rising force, it means one thing. That force is about to hit its final form. And when you do, the streets won't be doing math. They'll be doing damage control, because you're not just about to rise. You're about to rewrite the entire hierarchy that thought it already had you figured out. Now tell me, are you ready to become the version of yourself that someone already burned their kingdom to follow?